Hey, what's up? It is DJ. These are your Cinco de Mayo mods from Monday, May the 5th, 2025. In total, we got 33 mods to take a look at today. All platforms got 25 new, and PC Mac players got 8 new. That's right, every mod today is brand new. If there's something you want to see first, definitely check out the timestamps. Otherwise, let's jump right in. Starting off, we got new ones for all platforms. The first one is the Skid Steer Loader 711 pack from the Black Sheep modding guys. Oh man, super excited to see this out. This was released in FS19, I believe, first, and 22 as well, and it's back for a third iteration. We do have a few different setups. We have 108 horsepower on here, variable transmission, 80 liters of fuel, and it goes 11 miles an hour. It's also pretty heavy at 5.4 tons. You can also change up the front to a front loader set or skid steer, so either one that you want there. Wheel brands, we have a couple different sets here, so you're able to pick what you like. And yes, there's even tracks. Don't worry, we got you. As far as your designs, we have a sunshade and a forestry set, so you can put a top on there or not, if you're like me and you prefer not to. There's also a couple different color options, so you've got your main color and you've got your rim color. Now, along with that, we have 5 attachments. So we've got your bell spear. So these are all going to be skid steers. So if you've got your skid steer set up, make sure you run in skid steer to do these. We also have a really nice Massey Ferguson pallet fork around towards the front, a universal bucket which holds 2,000 liters of bulk crop, and then we have another universal bucket. This one's a little bit different shape, 1,200 liters on there. And lastly, we have a rear weight. Yes, you go between 1,000 and 1,800 kilograms for this. Pretty cool. Nothing fancy when it comes to this mod. It just kind of is what it is. We can back up, pick up that rear weight, so now we're able to pick up even more stuff. And we grab our front, ready to go. Let's go, baby! Yeah! Well, I will say this as well. For some reason, the front pallet forks are not moving left and right. Are they moving left and right here? They are moving left and right. Technically, the collisions are anyway, just they aren't. So that's probably something that's going to have to be updated in, well, an update. Moving on. Here's the set I'm sure quite a few of you guys have been waiting on. This is the SDF Open Field Pack. This includes a few different models. So you have the small, medium, and large frame, and you're going to have Lamborghini, Deutz-Fahr, Hurleman, Sammy. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's all 4. Well, the small and the large frame have 4. The medium frame only does 3 of them. You've got the Sammy in there, you've also got your Lamborghini, and you've got the Hurleman. I will say this, the pack is very, very big. It's 112 megabytes for these 3 tractors right here with the 11 different versions, and at least on my computer, it's loading a little bit slow. So if you're going through the customization options, just take your time. I imagine on PlayStation, Xbox might be a little bit more difficult. You'll find very similar, but not exactly the same different customization options when it comes to the 3 models. For the example, the smaller version, of course, we have our model select there, wheel brand, back fenders, pre-filter. You've also got the external lift control, exhaust, hydraulic configuration, and front loader. With one exception, on the medium frame, you have the rebranded version, which kind of changes it up a little bit, gives it a facelift. And then virtually identical to the small frame, we have the large frame. As I normally do, we'll show off the largest one today. Of course, we have engines from 140 horsepower. You've also got 150 horsepower in there as well, and 160 horsepower, and 169, of course. And those are going to be available with the different models. I kind of like the Lamborghini, but it's just a little bit too silver. So we'll go with the Hurleman on there. Wheel brands from Trelleborg, Continental, Michelin, Midas, PKT. There you go through there. The pre-filter, you've got a short setup there, and the long external lift control. You've got electronic and mechanical, so you can change that up. Exhaust, you can change up from a side. You've also got one on the hood. That's pretty cool that you get the option there. Back fenders are a yes and a no setup, depending on what you go for there. You also have front fenders, which could be changed up a little bit, a couple options there. Hydraulic configuration, you've got the front weight, also front weight bracket, and front hydraulics, which are removed until you connect something. How cool is that? And then that is it. So there you go. Each one of these, the small, medium, and large models, are going to have multiple different control groups. You've got one for the right mirror and the left mirror, independent. And it's a good thing they did, too. There's a lot of movement. You also have windows and beacon. You also have the top and side windows, doors and steering column, and interior lights and external lift, which is a lot. There's so much to this. So if we start off in the first control group, we can move that from here back and forth. There you go. And we're going for the right beacon or right bumper now. We can move it up and down, and then together a little bit of movement. So there's so much. Same thing for the left mirror as well. You can move it all around 3 different axes. Then we go into the beacon and the windows setup here. So if we push both together, we can raise the beacon. Uh-oh, I turned on the... How do I turn that on? There we go. I totally forgot. So you can move the beacon. Usually that's just kind of an unfold feature. Then we can open up that back window. Very cool. Change it up to the fourth one. We have the top and side windows now. So we can open and close that shade up there. Pretty neat. If you do that, you can also pop open the window. Boop. Just like so. And then with a couple other movements, we can open up the side mirror or side windows as well. Then we go to doors and steering column. First up, we can open up the doors. So we can open both of those up all the way. And then we also have your steering column, which could be kind of raised and lowered a little bit. It's nothing too wild and crazy, but it's something. And then we've also got your light. So there you go. Boop. You turn on the light. And then we've also got the external lift, but I don't think I've got that installed right now. This one's a little bit more simple. The Fiat-Allis Ad9 for Pepe 978. This is a little bulldozer at the end of the day. It's also a tractor because it's got a hitch on there, and we can even add more hitches. Well, there's a PTO too. It's pretty cool. On this one, we have engine options from 100 all the way up to 120 horsepower, with or without a cabin, and then tools configurations. This is where we can add front weights up to 450 kgs. You can add that rear link. You can also do those with those. And we've got a dozer blade for the front. Oh yeah, yeah we do. Here it is in the pack with it as well. This could be a few different things, including a leveler, a tillage, so like cultivator. You've also got a dozer blade and back end. It says it requires 120 horsepower, so maybe go with the big engine. It does get stuck in the ground a little bit. We'll talk about that. I made a mess. I made an absolute mess with this thing. It's super cool. One of the things that you need to know, there's a couple features. So you can open and close the side engine covers. That's cool. And one thing that I'm not sure I've ever seen before, but well, I also have been paying a lot of attention recently. It's got a hitch that moves side to side. Well, that's new. At least for me, that's new. That's pretty darn cool. If you guys are on PC and you've got the Cultivator Create Fields mod, you can actually create fields with this thing. But if not, all you got to do is lower the blade, hit lower, and then it will start doing stuff. So as long as you got that lower down. Now, there is a kind of perfect level here, and I have yet to find that. So just heads up. And if you got it all the way down, it lifts it. So that makes it a little bit more difficult. If you've got that Cultivator Create Fields, you can create the fields, although it has to be at just the right level and it bounces. So I have yet to perfect either of those, and I can't even drive over a bush. So I'm just gonna turn around and we'll go back home. Holy cow, this thing is slow. I'm just trying to come over here with it. There you go, bud. Hang out there. The next one is super duper cool, and the fact that it's on all platforms makes it even better. The Mow Anywhere Pack. Usually you have to use script mods on PC to get something like this, but no, Dogface has been able to do it. This Mow Anywhere Pack has a couple different things. We have a couple mowers, we've got a couple loading wagons, and around balers. We got the fast bale in there, which is super cool. So what these do is they allow you to mow and pick up on unowned farmland and non-farmland. The mower also has an option to cut brush, so you can remove, bushes. Yeah, it's a brush cutter. As far as the differences with this stuff goes from the normal stuff, there's not a whole lot that's different to it. Of course, we do have some extra little bits and bobs on some of this because you have to add something if you're going to be putting it out. And we've also got color options. I'll say this, kind of wish that this mower had the ability to remove these little flags and had the rear, because you can change the color on this thing. So cool. I wish I could do that on the rear one too. I would just use this instead of anything else. I don't really think I need to take this out in the field and show you how it works. Everything works exactly the way you would expect it to. It's just that you can now take this, yes, on consoles, to anywhere that you don't own or on non-farmland, and you can mow, and you can pick up swath. Yo, can you pick up swaths from contracts? Ooh, haven't been able to do that before on console. This may be able to do it. Next is the Thievin CORTAL 21072. This is a trailer from Universe Simu Money. What up, Bruno? And here we've got a couple different configs from 26,100 up to 31,300. And if you're doing silage, so we've got one of those for 41,800. A couple different wheel brands to choose from. And you've even got some side markers, which could be changed as well. Where's the side marker? Where is it? Oh, it's just itty bitty teeny tiny little things down there. Gotcha. Here's a mod that's a blast from the past. If you had the Big Bud DLC back in Farming Simulator 17, the Brochard EV 2200 120WR. This bad boy right now is massive, and it is a big old manure spreader. Only manure, 60,000 liters of it. Whenever we wanted to spread a lot of poo back in the day, this is what we used. Super cool to see it back. I imagine a couple modders were probably working on this, but hey, Samil made it first. On here, we have a couple Brochard designs. So you got your blue, your red, your green, and your white. We also have working lights, which are added to the back, so that you could be able to see all of the poo you're spreading. But not only that, we also have color options, so you can change this up to basically be whatever you want. We've got a main color option right here, design. If we change that design up, it's going to change all of those bits that were blue up to yellow, or red, sorry, and then we could change up the bottom of the frame, and of course we got our rim color, so you can really do some cool stuff with this. There are unrealistic stuff on the mod hub that does more with way less, but hey, if you want to check this out, go for it. It's a big way to spread some poo. Yes, I will take every opportunity possible to be able to say, spread some poo. If you're into disc harrows, you better hold your hat, because we got a pack with 5 of them. 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, and 4 meters respectively. You do have a multiples different sets of tubular and string rollers. You also have a string 2 and a packer, which is very cool. So couple different options through there. You can change up the discs setups, as you can with pretty much everything. And then we've got the main color here. It is nice that you got colors, and if you have the FS25 color mod installed, you can make it whatever you want. And then, of course, you can change up the areas, but not the discs themselves, just the handles. So if you were maybe wanting to get like a Case IH disc, I mean, this isn't a bad way to go. I'll give them that much. So can we change the silver? Not quite. Onyx it is. There you go. Yeah, it's not branded correctly, but I mean, it is a lizard, so it's nice. Got a bunch of options. If that doesn't tickle your fancy, well, maybe this will. The Rolmako U382. This one is a cultivator. 6 meters, 160 horsepower required, 8 mile per hour max speed. You could change it up and add some lighting on the back, and you've even got the track eradicators around towards the front. Maybe this is more your style. This is the Unia Heavy Harrow. This is a cultivator in the game. 3 meters, 52 horsepower is required. You can add some tires on there if you would like. Doesn't add any extra weight, but it looks cool, so there's that. We do have multiple color options. We'll go with a yellow for the main. Let's go for a nice red for the design 1. I'm going to call it design 1. Orange for design 2. And let's go blue for design 3. Yeah, we could have definitely added the words to those, but it is very cool. I like the stones in the front. Check those out. Oh, that's cool. If you're tired of using the same bell net bell twine in the game, well, we've got some little new ones for you. These are the Krone Consumables. This is the, well, the name's missing up here. That'll probably be fixed in an update. So this is the Excellent HDP Strong Squared, and then the Excellent Edge Extra. So you've got some extra round bell net and bell twine to use in future endeavors. Yeah, there you go. With Precision Farming coming up later this week, maybe you want to change stuff up. It's not a bad mod to start with. Moving on, we've got placeables, and about 2/3 of the mods today are placeables. I'm so sorry, at least the ones for all platforms. First up, we've got the Sweet Corn Addon. This has got a large canning factory with faster production, and we've got a smaller. This is a small canning factory. They also say with faster production and cycles, and added cane corn. So there you go. Well, sweet corn rather. So sweet corn is going to be 1,000 corn in and 750 corn out. If we go for the smaller guy right here, looks like we're going to see exactly the same thing. So that is very, very nice. Is it any more? It is definitely more. 110,000 liters out of that, and then 240,000 liters of corn in. Goodness gracious. Definitely a whole lot more. So, hey, if you were wanting to do some corn, hey, we've got it for you. Also, it's a nice added canning factory. I like that they added it onto an existing placeable. Next, we have one from Argsy Gaming. What up, dude? Yeah, these are bulk buy containers, technically containers. A nice place to buy some stuff. So let's take a look. We've got 5 placeables here, all found in containers. We've got, I'll have to go through and remember which one these are. One of them I know. So you've got your lime, and then secondly, I've got my solid fertilizer, manure, and then after that is the stone buy point. Or you could go with this, which is lime, solid fertilizer, and stones all together. These are pretty cool. I like how they look. I think it's really neat. It's a little bit different. Plus, we've got one that's a triple header right here. So if you don't need manure, you can just use the other ones. Nice to put down on your farm as well. You can just back up to it. Boop. Bye. Done. Peace. All right, this next one's a little creepy, but only starting with, it gets better, I promise. This is the US Refrigerated Hangar. And I was freaked out when I first walked in here. So we open up this. We're like, all right. So obviously this is a place to store stuff. We got 400 count of pallets there. Okay. So I would dump the pallets here. They pop out there. All makes sense. It's like, oh, there's another door. Wonder what's behind the door. And this opened up and I was like, huh? It's like this scene from a horror movie. I just see these and I'm like, all right, well, somebody's about to get off. But no, this is where everything gets stored. It's refrigerated. So if you've got like milk or something else, I'm sure cheese. Does anybody put their cheese in the refrigerator? I don't have cheese in my house, so I don't know. You've got a place to put it. This is super cool, man. It's super cheap as well. 20 grand for this? I mean, come on. $20,000, we get one sale. We got a couple stuff around here. This is where you're going to manage everything through there. And then we've even got stuff over here. So they've managed to take a couple of the setups from the grain elevator and put it in here. Check that out too. Love it. Absolutely love it. So if you want to check this out, definitely do that. You can't change colors or anything, so no customization options, but hey, it is what it is. Very cool. Next, we have another setup from VX Mapping. This is the vegetable and fodder dryers. Very, very cool. You can open up the front of it, which is kind of neat, I'll be honest with you. So this first one is the vegetable dryer, and then over here, we have the fodder dryer, and then over here, we have the very dry storage. So these are silos at the end of the day. One of them is found in shed, so that's there if you want it. Also, these all have different siding options. It says solar panel, but it's not a solar panel. It is, well, just this. It is a building. But I will say this, you can also line them up just about right beside each other, nothing clipping. Yeah, love it. Absolutely love it. All right, so the rest of it over here is in silos. So here you go. You got your vegetable silo. Doesn't hold a lot, 40,000 liters, but it is $8,000, so it's pretty cheap. And then you have a fodder dryer, which is a whole lot better. So store your forage and dry your grass into hay. It says this right here, $9,500. Now, here's the thing. I don't think this dries your grass into hay because it's not a production. You can open up stuff, which is pretty sweet. Check that out. Nice. However, it is looking like this is really just a place for your hay and straw. At the end of the day, it seems like it's just something like that. I am going to try it out real quick, but yeah, I don't think that's going to take grass. All right, so let's give it a try. We have input for grass here. I've got 40,000 liters of it, and we're dumping it out through the HR Force trailer that came out late last week. There's 40,000 liters of grass. Nice. Alrighty. Also important to note that I could dump out hay here too. I'm not going to do that yet because I don't know what's going to happen. So let's go none there. And it looks like we've got straw on the other side. All right. So are we going to be able, look at that. Hay out. Are you kidding me? Oh man. So this is an instant hay dryer. Are you kidding me? You saw me put grass in, and I got hay out. That's pretty cool. So I'm assuming hay or grass can go in there. Hay's going in, and it's going right back in the place where the grass was. And here's another 40,000 liters of grass. Fill that up. That seems to be filling up a-okay. And now when we want to refill, we have 80,000 liters of hay. All right, so this is indeed a fodder dryer. Oh, they made a production chain without making it a production chain. That's great. You can see this. It ain't in here. That's so cool. Moving on now, we have the storage shed and single shed. But there's actually 3 buildings in here. So one of them is for bales, pallets, stuff like that. It holds 1,000 things. Then we have that same version, but in a closed back section. This one's got a closed back as well. So basically the same thing. I flipped it around so you can see it here, and then we have a straight through. Next, we have a line of mods from Icus and Patty. The first one is going to be your basic garage. 25,000 bucks for this one. Open them up. No customization options, as far as I could tell. Sorry, I got the hiccups a little bit. Just had lunch a couple minutes ago. Had some Mexican food today. Cinco de Mayo. Of course, I had to do that. And then we've got a front door. Pretty cool, huh? I dig this, man. This is great. If you need something for like a tractor or a smaller combine and maybe a little place to park your truck, good to go. The next one does have customizations. This is the big drive-through garage, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It's big, it's a garage, and it's drive-through, baby. Oh yeah, it's basically like a 3-bay version of the truck shop, but there's not a shop in here. So there's that too. We also have a door on the side. This is great. You can pull through either to the side or down the main drag there, and you've even got a place here where you can pull stuff in from the outside if you need to. It's got a lot of features, a lot of customization, a lot of abilities. The only person stopping you is you. Hey, what do you think? Decided to change it up with this one. The garage with solar panels went with pink. Technically, all of these are garages, and all of these have solar panels. This one just happens to be the garage with solar panels. Now, along towards the inside, we have 4 doors that are same size. One that's just a little bit shorter, but it is the same width as far as I can tell. And then we have a man door right here where we can open up, although it does open to the outside, which is a little bit weird for a man door, but hey, it is what it is, at least for a building like this. This one opens in as you would expect. I wonder if it opens out if I'm on the inside. Nope. All right, well, there you go. And then you've got lights in here, of course, big chunky ones that sound like you're changing gears in a racing transmission. Pretty cool building. The next one just goes by the name of Shed. This one's also a Patty and Icus mod. We'll come over here, open her up. We've got a door here to the left, door here to the right, and a door in here also to the left. And a man door. Yay! And chunky, clunky lights here too. You can change up color, and we've got solar panels on this one, just like actually all of them except for the very first one. Solar panels on there, as you can see, and then a color option. Let's change this up to red so you can see what it changes. Changes up that white siding. Sadly, the last Icus mod today is the metal open shed. This will actually store things, which is very, very cool. Taking a look at it and checking it out. I'm trying to find where the little trigger is for it to tell me, but it's not telling me for some reason. Anyway, it's 110 things. So you throw those things in there and it'll store it for you. Very cool. I think we actually talked about this on Farm Sim News a few days ago. Was that last Friday, I think? The next one is very, very understated. This is the Harvester Shed. Very cool. It is nice because it's kind of old and ratty, and you've even got oil in here. There you go. Very cool. So to test this out, got 3 harvesters to see what fits and what don't. Let's start off with what I think will be the easiest one, the Massey Ferguson. It's a little tight. The case has definitely not been in here, but Massey Ferguson, ding. All right, making our way up. I'm assuming the case will fit as well because it is actually shown in the mod hub in the pictures. I don't think this is gonna fit. Oh, the top doesn't have collisions. Nice. All right, now let's see what really will fit in here. I like that they did that. No collisions on the roof, baby. Yeah. Nice. Well, the party was fun while it lasted, wasn't it? This is actually shorter than the other. Oh boy, we hit something. Backing it in, and you know what? I think if you didn't have duals, you could probably fit this in there. The next one's so cool, and I've had to re-record this like 3 times because I get so excited about it. This is WaterGate. Now, hang on. Not that kind of WaterGate. This is a placeable set of WaterGates so that you don't have to worry about tip collisions anymore. How cool is that? Because these are technically placeables and they've got collisions on them, you can't tip stuff on top of them, which makes things nice and easy. But it also helps you out when you've got like a silo, for example. You know what? It's probably better just to show you the pictures the modder shared. So this is how they say to line everything up. Of course, the larger pieces, those are just visual, but you know, you can kind of take a look at there. But this is how it's supposed to be lined up. So because they have collisions on them, you can line them up in front of your bunker and you won't have any crop fall out anymore whenever you're running stuff through. It's pretty cool. Also, you could put them around the edge, maybe not in a bunker silo, but maybe like in a building or something. And then you can actually tip in the middle of it and it won't go outside of it. It's like it's like fake walls, basically, but they're not walls. They're just magical. And I gotta say, a little bit speechless and a lot of bit excited. Awesome job on these. Heck yeah, man. Oh, and because they're placeables, you can literally just delete them whenever you want. It's super easy. If you're in need of yeeting over something, well, these may come in handy. The Ramp Pack from Nemang Manang. They're ramps. Really don't know what else to say. They are ramps. This one does not have collision in the middle, as it shouldn't, but it does not. These, a little bit more rampy to them, and then this one's more of a, not a ramp at all, but more of a building with raised section in front of it. However, well, they're ramps, so I couldn't not get dirt bikes to yeet over them. So let's go do that. First up, we're going to go with the more boring set here. This is just the little guy, but we'll hit about 60 miles an hour. And not too shabby. Our next victim is going to be the Dirt Jump. A little bit more, yay! About 60 miles an hour. Yeah! Not bad. A little bit more vert. Probably identical is going to be the Dirt Ramp right beside it. I imagine this to be pretty standard. Oh, yeah. That one kind of bumped a little bit. The next one's going to be the most difficult to hit because there's the least surface area. This is the wooden one. And let's see if we can hit that 60 miles an hour. There it is. Oh, yeah. Definitely my favorite yet. And what could be the best one is the last one, the stone one. Hit her 60 miles an hour. Nice. Not bad at all. All right, now I got to get rid of all these stupid dirt bikes. Come here. Oh, I just realized I didn't have super strength on. Oh, so cool. That's the Husqvarna FE501, by the way. DJ learned a new term today that made him giggle longer than it should have. The next one is the farm entrance setup. Now, these are not in fences. These are just right here. This guy right here also evidently makes you money. Says it's a purely decorational item, but I beg to differ if you're making 10 grand a month. Goodness gracious. I like to make that much. That'd be all right. Hey, taking a look at this, what do we got? Well, we've also got gate with logs. We've got a gate with a wood beam, which I really like. You've also got one with a roof, and then back to the logs again. So a couple different sets. Here's the term that I learned today. Kill donkey. I'm sure that that's the real word that it's supposed to be used, but don't kill the donkey. I'm still laughing as hard as it did. I'm super mad on this video because it's a stupid mod. I love it. Anyway, if you wanted to use these, you could definitely do that and you'll be all good to go. Is this not clicking? There we go. Lastly, we have a pack of 14 decoration houses. Oh yes, gotta love it. This is the Hutan Pantai houses. So all the houses you see around Hutan Pantai, you got a whole pack of them. So feel free, load up. Check them out. However, just remember, they are purely decorational. All right, next up, let's talk about PC and Mac only mods. And the first one is a map, not a mod. This is Flat Acres 4X. It is a big 4 times map. It is 4 times the flat acreage, I guess. This has got a couple roads here and there, but nothing too wild and crazy. And lots of buyable areas. Oh, man, does it have buyable areas. I'm halfway across the map. That's ridiculous. Oh, my goodness. So we've got roads in between everything, right? All right, jumping up here, taking a look at our farmlands that we've got. So we own the road by default, it looks like anyway, the outside of the map, if you want to call it that. And then we could buy every single field individually, which is very, very cool. What do we start off with? Well, we start off with, well, the outside of the map. I mean, So there's that. And then we also have a little bit of area up here, farmland number 5, which is a wheat field and ready to be harvested. We also have some, not vineyards, what are these things? the rice paddies. There you go. Haven't done much with rice recently. There's also a ton of equipment as well, and they've done this for a reason. They say that they want to be able to, or they want you to be able to sell what you've got, the equipment, and start wherever you want. Whoa, what was that? Is that a sign in the middle of the air? That is definitely a sign in the middle of the air. Nestea is the modder of this. So, hey, if you're out there and you're curious where this is where I'm at right here. About that high up off the ground. Hopefully this helps. All right, let's go back over. They say that we start off new farmer mode with enough to do every base game piece of equipment. So you've got all the stuff through here, all the stuff for doing rice, all the tippers that you need. Mower and sprayer. We also have plenty of things to make us money when we're not making money, and a whole lot more stuff down here as well. Of course, with this being, well, a kind of sandbox map almost, if you want to think about it like that, you can sell the stuff that's here. You could sell everything and you could make a pile of money. Plenty of places to put stuff. It is really, really massive. They've taken a lot of space just for the main farm itself. But of course, you could delete stuff, move stuff away, and you'll be good to go. Also, there's plenty, goodness gracious, how much stuff's in here? We've got rice saplings. We've got, what is it? Silage additive. That's what that is. Wow, I'm losing it, man. You've also got some liquid solid fertilizer in there. Lime, plenty of lime. Goodness gracious. I think my brain quit working there for a little while. I don't know what just happened. I think I may need to go to the doctor. Anyway, regardless, that is there. You've got plenty of stuff too. We've got places for animals, which is really nice to see. It's just, you know, if you like big flat farmland, hey, here you go. This may be for you. It is all about farming. As far as everything else goes, here is your crop calendar, so that is very nice to see. Animals on the map itself, we do have quite a few, which is good to see too. Let's pop over to production chains, none owned, but we have a couple in here, so nothing too wild and crazy. And as far as your vehicles go, well, we kind of went through those, but as you can see, those are all right through there. A lot of equipment, so you should be good to go. You can sell all of it and be a bajillionaire. Next, we have the Paksan Hammer. Now, this is from Game Master, and in the mod description, it actually refers to it as a Galignani. Now, I know the Galignani, we have had those in the past, and sometimes they come to consoles, and sometimes they are Lizard branded, depending. I'm assuming that this is the Galignani Paksan Hammer. Is that correct? Not quite sure exactly what's going on. This is also a subgroup of the Kverneland group as well, which is actually surprising that it wouldn't be on all platforms. Nonetheless, I have a lot of questions, but I think I need a lawyer to answer half of them for me. Nonetheless, with this mod in the game, you get 50 horsepower being required, 7 mile per hour max speed, does your standard baby bales, and you can do the standard twine or run it empty. Hey, this would be a great place to use that, was that Krone? Yeah, the Krone twine that came out today. Our next new ones for PC and Mac players, the Desvoys Junior Pack. So this includes a 2 meter, 2.3, and 2.5 meter levelers. So these are going to go on the front or back of your tractor and be used to level out stuff in your silos or stuff around the farm, stuff like that. I'm sure you find something to use it with. The next mod is a wild one. This is from FSG Modding and FSG Devar. What I did? This is the vehicle shop storage. And what this will allow you to do is take things like this guy right here, which I need to come out of photo mode with, and we're just going to bring it around. Let's say that I have used this and I really don't need this on my map anymore, but I don't want to sell it. I just don't want it to be there right now. So I can take this over here. Is a store vehicle for $100. Yep. And I can actually store the attachments as well. Boom, 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 done. Now, not only does that store that in there, so now that that's there, I could come in here and we could check out our vehicle storage and we could find what is there. Let's say I want the main vehicle out but nothing else. So all we do is click spawn and guess what? There it is. Boom. But it's way more than that. That would have been enough, right? Right. Now, so what I'm doing right now is standing in front of my old house. This is on Omotana's Four Fields map, and where we were was over here at the shop. Well, I am way over here at my house, and I've put this down. And if you're thinking, wait, no, yeah, absolutely, spawn the vehicle, well, bam, that's what I'm talking about. Crap, where is it? There it is. Found it. We now have it over here. It has magically jumped from there to here. But that's not all. So now we're over into the mod hub, and I wanted to kind of show you through this because it is real wild. So it is cross-save storage compatible with single player. So vehicles can be stored in one save game and then retrieved in another, as long as you got the same mods installed. So like you store a vehicle in save game 3, receive it in save game 1. So if you know, that's it. That is it. Yeah. It's also multiplayer compatible, but only the farm that stored the vehicle can retrieve it. So farmland number 1 gets farm number 1, and farm 2 gets farm 2, and so on and so forth. It also requires farm manager permission to spawn the stored vehicles. This is such an insane mod. Also, the vehicle condition is remembered. I figured it would be, but, you know, just so there you go. And also, this is pretty cool. They say that if there's not enough room to spawn at the vehicle in the workshop, the vehicle will spawn at the main store location, much like it would when it resets. Also, a best practice right above the bottom, it says to store trailers and tanks empty to avoid product loss. So there you go. However, in most cases, trailers and tanks will retain their fill levels, but some exceptions exist, so just be safe. Empty out what you got beforehand. Seems like fuel is okay, though. How just insanely stupid is this mod? This is one of the craziest things I've ever seen in my entire life. I love it. I will say that one thing, I think this mod is interfering with the mobile workshop mod, which is also a PC mod. So it's kind of like, I think one or the other in this case. So there you go. What do you think? Man, I just can't stop laughing. I had the biggest smile on my face because it's so cool. Speaking of mods in the mod hub, the next one is the rice harvest mod. This mod allows the ability to harvest rice using regular combine harvesters, significantly expanding the gameplay option for players. So there you go. There's really not a whole lot more to it than that. You could do regular rice with a combine now. Although, not to be a buzzkill, but the Colossus Harvester has been able to do this for a little while now. It's got a header for that, and it's crossplay. So, just saying. Here's one that could be helpful to you guys. This is the adjust working speed. So, pretty much what it does is it allows you to set the speed. So, setting range is up to 10 kilometers per hour or 6.2 miles per hour, more or less than 1 kilometer increments, starting with the default value on the attachment. Now, this is something that I used to use quite a bit, to be honest, and I really liked it, but I got the fast bond now, so I don't use this no more. However, you can set the speed limit on these if you want. So you can speed it up, but you can also slow stuff down. That's pretty cool. I like the option to be able to do either one. If you guys want to learn a little bit more, go through. Basically, that's what this mod does, is it allows you to set the working speed rather than the working speed being set and you unlocking it. And this mod's kind of the same thing, but for lights. The lights will turn on and off when they need to. Basically, it's like having an automatic switch on the inside of your vehicle. It's pretty cool. If it's too dark, the lights come on. If it's too bright, the lights don't come on, I guess. And lastly, we have the Pavelli RAT Pack additional features. The regular RAT Pack came out for crossplay about a month and a half ago, somewhere around there. However, the additional features is PC and Mac only. It adds some functionality, and they say nice features. However, that original Pavelli RAT Pack mod is required. This adds a new model and animation for the SKF Lincoln, also added Italian license plates. And that is all I've got for you for today. Man, those 33 mods felt like 333 mods today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Drop a like if you did. Get subscribed if you are new, and join the DjGoHam fam. If you like staying updated with all the latest mods in Farming Simulator, this is the place to be. Hope you have an awesome Monday. Happy Cinco de Mayo, and we'll catch you in the next one.